then we know he has discovered the secret of how to conquer Broadway. The secret is always inseparably attached to one word. The secret is told in the struggle of Fannie Hurst, whose persistent second curse, the Great White Way, to New York in 1915, to convert writing into riches. The conversion did not come quickly, but it came. For 4 years, Miss Hurst learned about the sidewalks of New York from first-hand experience. She spent her days laboring, hoping. And her nights hoping dim. She did not say, "All right, Broadway." She said, "Very well." She said, "Broadway, very well. You may whip some, but you may whip some. I'm going to force you to give up." One publisher, the Saturday evening, sent her 36 rejections before she broke the ice and got a story. The average writer. Like the average in other walks of life, would have given up the job when the first rejection slip came. She pounded the pavements for 4 years to the tune of 3 publishers' notes because she was determined to win. Came the payoff. The spell had been broken. The unseen guide had tested Fannie Hurst. And from that time on, publishers made a beaten path to her door. Money came so fast, she hardly had time to count it. Then the moving picture discovered her. Men discovered her. Money came not but small change. But the moving picture writes to her latest novel, Great Laughter, $100,000, said to be the highest price ever paid for a story paid for her royalties from the sale of the book probably will run much more. You have a description of what persistence is capable of. Fannie Hurst is no exception. Wherever men and women accumulate, you will be sure they first acquired persistence. Broadway will give any beggar a cup of coffee. But it demands persistence of those who go after the big. Kate Smith will say amen when she reads this. For years she sang, and without money, and without price. Broadway said to her, if you come and get it, if you can take it and tell it. She did take it. Broadway got tired and said, "What's the use? What's the use? Now when you're whipped, you don't know. So name your price. Go to work in earnest. Miss Smith named her price. It was plenty. Figures so high. Salary is far more than most people make in a whole year. It pays to be persistent. Here is an encouraging statement which carries with it a great significance. Thousands of singers who excel Kate Smith walking up and down Broadway looking for a break without success. Countless others have come and many of them sang well enough. But they failed to make the grade because they lacked the courage on. Keep on until Broadway became tired of turning them away. Persistence is a state of mind. Therefore, it can be cultivated. Like all states have men, persistence is based upon definite causes. Among them these, definiteness of purpose. Knowing what one wants is the first, the most important step towards development of a strong motive. A strong motive forces one to surmount many difficulties. Desire. It is comparatively easy to acquire and to maintain persistence in pursuing the object of intense desire. Self-reliance. Belief in one's ability to carry out a plan encourages one to follow with persistence. Self-reliance can be developed through the principle described in Auto-suggestion. Closing parenthesis. Definiteness of plans. Organized plans. Organized plans. They may be weak and entirely
Encourage per stance.
Accurate knowledge.
Accurate knowledge.
That one's plan. Based upon experience for observation. Guessing instead of knowing. Destroys persistence. Cooperation,
Understanding.
harmonious cooperation with others to develop. Persistence.
Willpower. The habit of concentrating
on
the building of a plan.
Upon the building of
the attainment of a definite
164 PAGE 166,165
persistence
leads to persistence.
Habit.
Persistence
is the direct result of habit.
The mind
absorbs.
The mind
becomes a part of the daily
experiences upon which it feeds.
The worst of all enemies.
Can be effectively cured by forced repetition of acts of
Everyone who has seen
Everyone who has seen activists in war knows
Do you feel frustrated, stuck, or overwhelmed by the concepts? Discover how to begin moving
free audio and video training at
www.grow-rich.com.
Think and grow rich before leaving the subject of
Take inventory of yourself.
Take inventory of yourself
and determine
in what particular,
you are lacking
if any,
in this essential
Measure yourself
courageously.
Point by
many of the 8 factors
of persistence
The analysis may lead to
discoveries that will give you a new grip on yourself.
Symptoms of lack of persistence. Here you will find the real
enemies which stand between you and noteworthy
Here you will find not only the symptoms but also the deeply seated subconscious causes off this
Study the list carefully.
Face yourself squarely.
If you really wish to know
what
who you are,
do what you are capable
These
of
are the
doing.
weaknesses. These are the weaknesses.
Be mastered by all who
accumulate riches.
Failure to recognize
and to clearly define exactly what one wants.
Procrastination.
With or without
Usually
cause.
back it up.
Usually back it up
array of
with a formidable array of alibis and excuses.
Lack of interest in acquiring specialized
knowledge.
Indecision. The habit of passing the buck
on all occasions instead of
Issues
facing
squarely.
Issues
Also backed by alibis. The habit of relying upon instead of creating definite plans for the solution of problems. Self-satisfaction. There is but little remedy and no hope for those who suffer. 7. Indifference. Usually reflected in one's readiness to compromise on all occasions. Rather than need opposition and fighting. The habit of blaming others for one's accepting unfavorable circumstances
as being unavoidable.
9. Weakness.
Desire.
Due to neglect in the choice of emotive
that impel action.
Willingness.
10.
Eagerness to quit at the first sign. Based upon one or more of the 6 basic fears. Lack of organized placed in writing wherever may be analyzed. The habit of neglecting to move on ideas or to grasp opportunity when it presents itself. Wishing instead of willing. 14. The habit of compromising instead of fame. General absence of ambition to be and to do. 15. Searching for all the shortcuts trying to get without giving a fair usually reflected in the habit of endeavoring to drive sharp bargains. Fear of criticism. fear of
failure to
criticism,
create plans,
failure to create plans,
and to put them
because
into
of what
action,
other people because of what other people will think.
This enemy belongs at the
This
head of the
enemy
list,
belongs at the head
because
of
it
the list,
generally exists
because it
in
generally
one's
exists
subconscious
in
mind,
one's subconscious mind,
where its presence is no
where its presence is no
See the six
trick.
basic fears.
See the six
in a
basic
later chapter.
fears in a
Let
later
us
chapter.
examine some of the
Let us examine some of the symptoms of the fear of
the
criticism.
majority of people,
The majority of people permit relatives
and the public
friends,
at large to
and the
so
public at
influence
large
them
to
that
so
they cannot
influence
live
them
their own
that they
lives
cannot live their own
because they
lives
fear criticism.
because they fear
Huge
criticism.
numbers of people
Huge
make
numbers
mistakes
of
in
people
marriage,
make mistakes
stand by
in
the
marriage,
bargain,
stand by the bargain, and
life
go through
miserable and
life
unhappy
miserable
because
and
they fear
unhappy
criticism
because
which
they
may
fear
follow
criticism which may follow if they correct the
Anyone who has
mistake.
submitted to
Anyone
this
who
form
has
of
submitted
fear
to this
knows the
form of fear
irreparable damage
knows the
it does
irreparable damage
by
it
destroying
does.
ambition,
By destroying ambition,
desire
self-reliance,
to achieve.
and the desire to
Thank you
achieve.
so much for watching.
Thank you so much for watching.
The fact that you
Truly,
stayed until
the fact that you stayed until the end of
says
this video
something important about
says
you.
something important
It
about
shows
you.
that you care.
It shows that
you're
you
hungry.
care. That you're
Somewhere
hungry.
deep inside,
Somewhere
you
deep
believe you're
inside,
meant for more.
you believe you're
and you're
meant
ready
for
to
more.
take the small
And you're ready
steps
to
to
take
get
the
there.
small
The
steps to get
Napoleon
there.
Hills
The Napoleon
isn't just a
Hills
concept.
isn't just
It's a way of
concept.
living.
It's a way of
quiet
living.
power
It's a
that works
quiet
in the
power
background,
that works in the
shaping your
background,
future through the
shaping your
choices
future
you make
through the
every
choices
single
you
day.
make every single
Most
day.
people ignore it.
Most
They
people
think
ignore
one
it.
small decision
They think
doesn't
one
matter.
small decision
But
doesn't matter.
You're learning
you,
the truth.
You're learning
that every
the
small
truth.
decision
That every
matters.
small decision
More than you
matters.
can imagine.
More than you can
It's easy
imagine.
to overlook the
It's
power
easy
of
to
reading
overlook
just
the
one
power of
page a
reading
day.
just one page
Walking
a
for
day.
10 minutes.
Walking for
Saying
10
no
minutes.
to junk food.
Saying no
Putting
to
your
junk
phone
food.
away.
Putting your phone
Focusing.
away.
Saving.
Focusing.
A single
Saving.
penny.
A single
But those
penny.
tiny steps.
But those
the
tiny
ones that
steps.
seem so
The
simple.
ones that seem so simple. Even
build
invisible.
momentum.
They build momentum.
builds results.
And momentum builds
Greatness
results.
doesn't arrive in
Greatness
some grand
doesn't
moment.
arrive in some grand
It's crafted
moment.
in the quiet.
It's crafted in the
routine.
quiet. In the
The
routine.
choices that no one
And
else
the choices
sees.
that no one
And
else
if you
sees.
stick with those small
And if you
steps,
stick with those small
if you keep
steps,
showing up,
if
when
you
no
keep
one
showing up,
claps,
when no
if you
one
keep
claps,
believing,
if you keep
progress
believing,
feels invisible.
when progress
One
feels
day,
invisible,
the results
one day,
will
the
speak for
results
themselves.
will speak for
So
themselves.
today, I want
So
to leave
today,
you with a
I
reminder.
want to leave you with a
don't
reminder.
need to change
You
everything
don't need to
overnight.
change everything
You just
overnight.
need to keep doing
You
the
just
small
need to
things
keep
right.
doing the small things
Read that
right.
book.
Say
no
that
to
book.
that distraction.
Say no to that
Take that
distraction.
walk.
Take that
Kind to
walk.
that person.
Be kind to
Be
that
patient
person.
with yourself.
Be patient with
Every one
yourself.
of those actions is
Every
a
one
brick.
of those actions
And
is a
together,
brick.
they build
And
the life
together,
you're
they build the
dreaming
life
about.
you're dreaming
If this
about.
video gave you
If
even
this
a
video
little
gave
push
you
of
even a
inspiration,
little push of
then don't let it
inspiration,
stop here.
then don't let it
Like
stop
the video.
here.
Subscribe
Like the video.
for more content.
Subscribe for
like this.
more content
And
like
share
this.
it with someone you
And
care
share
about.
it with someone you care
who's
about.
maybe
Someone
just
who's
one
maybe
idea away
just one
from
idea
turning their
away
life around.
from turning their
Your
life
story
around.
is still being
Your
written.
story is still
And the
being
pen is
written
in your hand.
and the pen is
Thanks
in your
again
hand.
for
Thanks
watching.
again.
Keep
for
growing.
watching.
Keep
Keep
believing.
growing.
And
Keep
never
believing.
forget.
And never
Napoleon
forget.
Hills
Your
begins
Napoleon
now.
Hills begins now.